So, guys, good morning and welcome to the Zoom. Guys, I got a treat in store for you guys today. We're going to be sharing the 50th Eagle of an agent who has just celebrated his third anniversary with the company. That's right. That's if you're doing the math at home. That's basically an Eagle every 3 weeks because there's 50 weeks in a year roughly. So and this is a person that performs at a very high level. This is someone whose sales organization will write $6 million in premium this year and who will be promoted to agency owner here in about a week and a half. And that is the incredible, the amazing, the incomparable Dillon Buck. So I want to start off by saying, guys, I'm sharing this Eagle because there is so much amazing stuff in it that I wanted to make sure that each and every one of you got this information. And I want to just take a quick plug. And I really and sincerely hope that each and every one of you, as part of your daily routine, does anybody? Let me ask you: does anybody out there drink coffee? Anybody out there drink coffee? Let's see a hand raised if you drink coffee most every morning. Okay, would you say that's part of your routine? One day a week? Is it part of your routine 5 days a week? All 7 days in a normal week?
9 days
Probably
a week
like
for me.
3.
9 days a week, I just heard. So, guys, most of us probably, if you drink coffee, you drink it every day, right? It's a habit, okay? Is it a good habit? Hey, I don't know, but I drink it probably 6 days a week myself. I might miss a day here and there, but it's something that I do. Guys, we make our habits and our habits make us, okay? So I want to encourage you guys, if just like coffee or taking your vitamins or eating breakfast or reading whatever you do, that's a habit every morning, I would encourage you to make reading at least 2 Eagles one of your habits that you do every single morning, and 2 IRAs. I read this Eagle actually recently because one of our leaders, Maria Klusadek, had read it. As she mentioned, she reads these every single morning, and she then screenshotted them and was sending them to her team members for them to read, using Voxer as a tool to send them it out. And as a result, I got to see it and read it too, and thought, man, this is something worth getting with everybody. So I want to encourage leaders to read and share Eagles, and I want to encourage everybody to go out and seek out Eagles on your own. There's thousands upon thousands of them out there to be gotten. Just go under the archives in the FHL Connect, and you too can read those. So now that the Eagle plug is done, I want to share with you guys this Eagle that Dillon wrote. It's about laws. Okay. And so I hope you'll take some really, really good notes here. And guys, if you're ever driving on one of these and you can't take really good notes and you hear a really good one, know that most of the time we're recording these, and you can go back and you can go to our YouTube channel. Okay. Davenport Agency, Snyder Agency YouTube channel, and you can re-listen to these when you're sitting still and when you can take really detailed, copious notes so that you can study those notes and make a true lasting change. Hearing this while you're driving in the car is good. It's certainly better than missing it, but it's about 20% of what you can get if you take detailed notes on it and then go back and study those notes. Just like reading a book.
Where can you find that YouTube channel?
On the internet. It's on youtube.com. So if we can pause for a second, and
It's also on the Protect One Family website, right?
I believe you can there is a link to it on the Protect One Family website. Yes. That'd be true too. Thank you. Thanks, Brad. But guys, just go on YouTube and type in Schneider Agency, Davenport Agency, Globe Life. You'll find it. It'll pop up, and you should like it or follow it, and you'll get these as they're posted. But just make it a point to go back in, and as part of your evening routine, to go back and find something that you can read and look at and re-listen to. That'll make a big difference. But guys, this is an Eagle that Dillon Buck wrote back on September 12th through the 18th. It was his 50th lifetime Eagle. Wrote over 14,000 in premium, 31 applications sold. And I'm just going to power through it. My voice isn't the best right now, but I will read this. It said, every train more, I set a big production goals for myself that's tied to a demo goal. I use evidence from both the skills that I've developed and the results that I and others have gotten in the past to prove to myself that I can. After your first 3 months in the business, if you track your stats, you can reverse engineer them to form your production goal strictly based on controllable metrics. I'll repeat that one, guys. After 3 months in the business, if you track your stats, accurately, you can reverse engineer them to form your production goals strictly based on your controllable metrics. For example, if you take your total contacts over the last 90 days of your career and you divide that by the total number of demos you gave, you'll know exactly how many people you need to talk to in order to give a presentation. You can repeat the same process for any statistics: hours per demo, demos per family protected, families protected for GAP. Using your stats, a representation of your current skill level, you'll be able to determine exactly what it will take to achieve your desired goal. Certain numbers of hours equal a certain number of contacts, equals a certain number of demos, equals a certain number of families protected, equals a specific net annual premium number, equals a certain profit, equals a certain deposit into your checking account. Do this and you can see very plainly that every no has a purpose, and every no even has a very clear monetary value. Every no you get is essential in getting you to your yeses. And it's extremely easy to lose sight of that when your emotions take over. Guys, I'm going to repeat that too. Every no has a purpose, and every no even has a very clear monetary value. And every no is essential in getting you to your yeses. And it's extremely to lose sight of that when your emotions take over. The law of averages, hold on one second, let me mute. There you go. A law of averages is called a law for a reason. Just like if I drop a pin from 3 feet above the ground, the law of gravity states that that pin will fall 3 feet to the floor every time. That's how it works. In our business, as much as it might seem like the luck of averages in the beginning, I'm here to promise you it is a law. And I've massaged that concept into my brain for many years. Most businesses, even many sales roles, have little to no control over how many people walk into their stores. They rely on advertising, brand recognition, and other things they can only influence but not control. However, we have complete control of our law of averages. We know that when we give 30 true closing demonstrations in a week, the results work in our favor. 30 is the proven number in our business for the law to take effect. It isn't more complicated than that. The only question becomes, do you have the grit to go find your 30 demonstrations? That being said, your mind will play tricks on you. Your mind is far more persuasive than you are. It's a total professional at effectively convincing you that things are more complicated than they really are. Your brain is designed to help you stay alive. And we have a challenging and necessarily uncomfortable job. Your brain wants to avoid that discomfort, but the more resistance there is, the more potential we have for extraordinary results. That resistance requires and creates more skills and discipline to get you where you want to be. That's why when people decide to do whatever it takes to get really good at this job and decide to develop the emotional intelligence to not ride the daily emotional waves, sales is one of the highest paid and most sustainable professions in the world. That's powerful, guys. I've never seen a better sales opportunity than the one we have here at Globe Life, Family Heritage Division. I choose not to take that for granted. We get to train our brains to be calm in the face of adversity, and we get to remind ourselves of the simplicity of our job constantly, especially through the inevitable daily discomforts. There are few, if any, better practices than going back to the basics. I'll repeat that because it's short and easy. There are few, if any, better practices than going back to the basics. Whether you've been here for 20 days or 20 years, nobody ever graduates from the basics. And if they do, they can no longer serve effectively the people in the entry-level role. Guys, that means, the most advanced calculus wouldn't be solvable without a foundation of addition and subtraction. So never become too overconfident to forget what got you where you are. The simple addition and subtraction of Globe Life Family Heritage Division, the fundamentals, your sales conversation script, a great attitude, and 30 demos a week. Those are the fundamentals. It'll get you there every time. I know that if I'm willing to go through the ups and downs to find 40 demos in a week, I'll earn a minimum of $10,000 from my personal sales that week. My job couldn't be any more simple. Work efficiently enough to find 40 demos in a week and be completely detached from what it looks like to achieve my result. Every day looks different. Guys, you happen to notice that talked about doing 30 demos, but what's his level of excellence that he expects from himself? 40, right? A little bit more. If he's going to leave home and go out and train more, he's doing 40. Every week looks different, and every day looks different. It takes all week to have a great week, and it takes all day to have a great day. If you have what most would consider a great week by Tuesday and stop there, then it's not really that great of a week considering what you're capable of, is it? I'll repeat that, guys. It takes all week to have a great week, and it takes all day to have a great day. Remind yourself that the people you meet tomorrow need you just as much as the people you met today. So get after it. Guys, let me pause for a second there because there were so many nuggets contained in that eagle. I'd love to hear one or two things that you guys gleaned from that
I'll share.
One takeaway I had is, Renee, you can go ahead.
Go ahead, Renee.
Okay. So hearing no's all day long is really hard, and it's hard for everybody. But when he says every no has a purpose, that was the first thing I wrote down, and it just made me obviously stop and think when he said that, because no's can be so hard. But if you look at it as a purpose, it kind of flips it around. So.
Absolutely. Thanks, Renee.
So for me, what I took away from this is to be completely detached from what it takes to get there, to hit that goal, because doing 40 demos in a week, I've done it several times. I've had that as a goal several times, and it can be really tough, and you can get discouraged and feel like you're never going to get there. And it means longer hours. It means using the second and third approach. And basically what he's saying is it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And that's just something really important to keep in mind, and making sure our goal is important enough to not be stressed about how it's going to look to get there.
Absolutely. Guys, it's just as easily to figure out what every no is worth to you as it is what every yes is worth to you. It's just simple math. If you go through year to date and see what you've sold, multiply that times your commission, that's your profit. That's your first year commission. If you want to take it next level, you can easily figure out what your lifetime renewals are on that piece of business too, and add it together. Then just simply divide it by your number of yeses to figure out what a yes is worth. And take that same number, divide it by a number of no's that you've got. That's just total demos minus the yeses equals your no's. So if you've got 1,000 no's this year and you've got $78,000 worth of profit, then that means every no that you get is worth $78. So guys, if I told you that I'd pay you $78 for every no you got today, what would you immediately want to go run out and do? Let me go get some no's, baby.
Get the nose
Go
out
get a
of the
bunch of
way.
no's.
Get out of my way, baby. 6 times 78 is like $500. Let me go make $500 today. Absolutely. So guys, anybody else before we move on from this part? A lot of good nuggets in here.
And
I just
obviously the dollar figure amount of the no's that equals up, but also just what do you actually learn from the no's that you get? Every no that you walk away from, there's something to learn from that can make you better on that next demo, as long as you have that self-awareness and that situational awareness of, hey, this is what I could have done better on that one to make the next one even better. So just learning from those no's as well.
Absolutely. I heard one other person getting ready to say something there.
The part where you can reverse engineer everything, because then you can look at it and say, well, it takes me so many, and this is good for our new agents and the old ones, it takes me so many hours to get a demo. well, then you can reverse that and say, okay, now I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong with my approach, or I'm getting a lot of demos in, but not closing. Well, maybe my close isn't the way it should be. I think that's really cool. It's always a very eye-opening when we do that.
It absolutely is. And guys, we're coming down the last week and a half of our year. What a great time to invest some time in our business, and plan what we want the first quarter to look like. Guys, there is no rule that says we have to wait until the next quarter, till 2022 year sales starts, which is in about 11 days, to start thinking about and planning our goals. Guys, the best run businesses, man, they've got goals for next year set months ago. Okay. Well, whether you've got those set months ago or not matters not, but my gosh, at least take some time, 30 minutes or so, 20, 30 minutes each night and some time over the weekend, and think about what you want next year to look like, because what you hit next year will be in direct proportion with how well you plan it out and how well you really truly can envision and see it playing out. So guys, Dillon said there's no better, I don't want to butcher what he said right here, but he said there are few, if any, better practices than going back to the basics. So guys, there is a back to basics checklist. I'm not going to take time to go over it today. I'm going to share something a little bit different here with the last 8 minutes I have. But this back to basics checklist can easily be found. It's on FHL Connect, guys, and it's basically, I'll share with you what it is, but I'm going to put it on each of you. I'll download this and email it out to you guys to make it easy, but all you do is go on FHL Connect and go under training tools. Once you log in, it's the tab on the far right, training tools. You're going to see most recent sales rally call. You're going to see the most recent recruiting call. Okay. You're going to see the archives of the sales rally calls and the archives of the older ones of the recruiting calls. So if you miss one, guys, get on there. When you hear, man, that was a really good one, hop on the website and listen to it. The people that do the best in this business use the tools they have available to them. The Quick Start series, guys, there's habits. You know, the most recent one was by Sean Sweeney. And then there's the archives. If you need to skill up, if you're closing less than 20% of your demos, you need better skills. Hop on the skills section and listen to Samantha Harazen's last one. And then look in the skills archives for the titles, for the what's covered on those. Attitude is in there. If you need a little bit more belief, okay, then listen to Tyler Newsom's most recent one. Got a chance to speak to Tyler in Mexico, in Puerto Rico this past week. If your attitude, you know, if you brighten a room by leaving it, you might need a little work on your attitude. Well, Eric Nee had a great one on attitude, and all the attitude archives are in there as well. So guys, there's webinar videos, there's the recruiting playbook. It's all in here, guys. And then under here, you got back to basics checklist. Step-by-step ordering instructions for supplies. I mean, it's all in there, but the back to basics checklist is right there, guys. So this is it. And guys, the most successful people in our business are the individuals that do these basics most consistently. They don't have any fancy secrets. They just do the duplicatable basics of our business. So go ahead and score yourself on these basics on a scale of 1 to 4. A 4 if you do it all the time, 2 if you do it half the time, 0 if you don't do it at all, 1 if you do it 25% of the time. You get how math works. The key here is to be brutally honest with yourself on what you're really doing, not what you should be doing. If you rate yourself on what you should be doing, you'll get all 4s and you'll get a perfect score that it's useless. So when you get done, there's 25 items in here. You can have a maximum of 100 points. And we all know the grading scale. In the 90s is an A, in the 80s is a B, 70s is a C, 60s is a D, below 60 is an F. Guys, I can't tell you, not being great at this and having no clue on how to get better, that's insanity. That's frustrating as all get out. When you do this back to basic checklist, it will give you the specific prescription on what you need to get well. Guys, when we're sick, we go to the doctor. They take our vitals. And based on those vitals, they prescribe medicine. Okay? Guys, these are your vitals. Okay? This tells you what prescription you need. Then it's up to you to take the medicine. Because if the doctor gives you a prescription and you don't go by the drugstore and pick it up, or you swing by the drugstore and pick it up and then you forget to take it every day, it's not going to help you get better. This will, when you A, figure out what's going on and what you need to change, and then B, make the decision to make the change. And if you need some help with accountability to make those changes, by golly, that's what your trainer's for. That's what your agency owner's for. We would love to help you with that. So I would encourage all team leaders in your next weekly business review, send this out to your agent a couple days before and go through these, and let's grade yourself and let's use these tools. And when you do them, guys, put your name on them and date them, because it's great for your leader to save these and you to save these and know when, and then go back and do these about once every 2 to 3 months. And then you can see if you're making incremental improvements or not. But guys, I want to wrap up on this note here. This is a piece that I learned this business from a gentleman named Peter Foray. And Peter always said, Van, everything comes back to habits, skills, and attitude. Habits, skills, and attitude. And he created a list of what habits, skills, and attitude you need to develop to reach your potential. There's 3 variables that determine our success. Again, that's habits, our skills, and our attitude. If one or more of these things are out of whack, we're not going to achieve our goals, regardless if it's a work goal, a health goal, relationship goal, spiritual goal, any goal. So the following is a summary of ideas that if implemented can have a very positive impact on your performance. And guys, this pertains to our business. Habit number 1, work 45 hours a week. That's 5 9-hour days, or however you want to slice it. Start work at the same time every day. Okay? Stop work at the same time every day. You can always work a little later, but don't stop earlier than your stop time. Number 4, don't take lunch breaks. Bring your lunch with you. Stopping for lunch wastes time, wastes money, and it wastes health. You're fat. So bring your lunch with you. Guys, we sit down every day. We're sitting down 90% of our day. We're talking to people. This is not a physically exhausting gig. Bring your lunch with you. Read positive affirmations. I can, I will, I'm going to make this a great day, to yourself throughout the day and before you call on each new prospect. Okay. Repeating those out loud. Okay. Guys, most of us are in our car by ourselves. No one's listening anyway. So get out of your own head. No one's listening. And even if they were, guess what? No one cares. Next one, use the demo goal card each and every day to track your stats. Okay. Use your demo goal card. It's provided for a reason. It works. It's a part of the system. Do 6+ quality demonstrations per day where you're in a closing situation. If you're not in a closing situation, you should not count it as a demo. If you get to the end of if you get to the buying atmosphere and they say, yeah, I'm not interested, or I need to think about it, we should stop here. Guys, that's called an intro. Okay. An intro is not where you shake someone's hand and meet them. That's a contact. An intro is where you get through the introduction and the buying atmosphere, but you didn't get a demo. That's a vital piece of information, because if you're getting a whole lot of intros and not very many demos, there's something missing with your ability to find the need in your intro, and we can work with you on that. So let's make sure we're tracking the right data. Next one, do 30 minutes of positive reading each morning. Okay, notice guys, positive reading, positive morning. Before you go out to battle, put positive stuff in your head. We'll talk about technical and the time of day to do technical training in just a minute. Don't let anything interrupt or distract your day. From the time you start to the time you stop, you should focus on nothing but your goals and your job. That way, guys, when you're not at work, you can completely close that door and focus on your family and on your life. Never start a demo until the prospect has answered yes to the 2 questions in the introduction. Could you get cancer? Is it possible? And if so, would it affect you financially? If you don't get a yes to each of those, you're not going to sell anything. Last 3 under habits, review your goals for the day and week each morning. And just as importantly, why they're important to you. Review your goals for the day and for the week each morning. Takes 30 seconds to review your goals, guys. Most powerful 30 seconds every day. Never finish today until you know exactly where you're starting tomorrow. Guys, there's nothing like getting up in the morning, not knowing where you're going and driving around your territory for an hour looking for that perfect business. Guess what, guys? There are no perfect businesses. Pick the one you're going to start at tomorrow and then start at it. Okay, whether it's 8:35 when the Zoom ends, or whether it's 7:35 because you want to call on 2 business owners or 3 before the gatekeeper shows up, before our Zoom. Once you've demoed a prospect, close them. If you have showed the plan and they do not say yes, do not come back and see them. You have one chance. Guys, I know some of you are going, yeah, but I went back to one guy and he bought later. Great. Think of all the times you went back to the other people where you could have gone and seen new people and given them a chance. Guys, it's a one-stop shop, okay? Skills, guys, pretty simple stuff. Spend 30 minutes each evening reviewing technical material, your close, the rebuttals, testimonials, okay? Regularly go follow people, okay? Get out behind people who are doing well. They don't have to be within your agency. They can be anywhere, but go follow people that are doing well, doing better than you. Next one, guys, do the close word for word. Always use the transition from the demo to the close. Now that you've seen the whole thing, let me share you what a bunch of other folks liked about it. Let me ask you, what did you like most about it? What is it about that you like the most? How would it feel knowing if something happened, you had that safety net? That's the transition to the close. Shortened, of course. Do not start a demo until you know for sure what the prospect is, that the prospect is with you on their need. Doesn't matter if you know why they need it. It matters if they know why they need it. They need to agree that they could get cancer, and if so, it would hurt them financially. Keep emphasizing the need throughout the demonstration. Use the rebuttals in the order they're written and word for word when someone objects. Guys, some of us are leaving 20 to 30% of our income on the table because we don't bother with rebuttals. Guys, when done right, they help people work through their head junk. Regardless of what objection you get, you always go into the same rebuttal sequence. It is not complicated. Feel, felt, found. Boom. Be on every conference call and ask questions. Of course, now there's Zooms. Call other legacy people and ask them what they're doing to do well. Make the presentation personal. The prospect needs to see how they would benefit from the plan. Use examples that apply to them. Paint a picture of using the plan with them in the picture. Guys, if you don't know how to do that, ask your trainer. They know how. Listen to good recordings, MP3s, podcasts that can improve your skills. Read good books that can improve your skills. Okay? Until you're hitting $8,000 to $10,000 per week, you want to search out any and all information you can to become an expert at your job. Until you're hitting $8,000 to $10,000 per week consistently, search out any and all information you can to be a true expert at your job. Guys, last but not least is the most important of these three is attitude. You can have the best skills in the world. You can have great habits. But again, if you brighten a room by leaving it, you will not do well at this or life. So here's a few keys to help your attitude, which can help your altitude. Review your goals on a daily basis. Repeat positive, and some of these guys were mentioned earlier. So if they're mentioned again, must mean they're pretty important. Repeat positive affirmations to yourself throughout the day. Have your goals posted in your car. Your car is your office. Guys, people that have little legit offices with doors and buildings, they have important things posted in their office. Your car is your office. Post it. If you want to take it down at the end of each day and put it back up, that's fine. But keep your goals in front of you. Keep pictures of what's important to you in your car to keep you going. Share your goals with someone else and have them hold you accountable. Have a daily accountability partner. Okay? Work out your long-term goals and how what you do today can help you achieve them. Okay? Today matters, guys. Use words in your demo like everyone's getting this. And I guess you can see why everyone has enrolled. I guess the reason I've been doing so well is as those are closing statements. You must act enthusiastic to become enthusiastic. If you don't feel enthusiastic right now, that's okay. Act it anyway. You'll feel that way eventually. Action always precedes feeling. Believe in your product and the service it provides. Improve your belief by reading testimonials on a daily basis. Last three, guys, create a goals or dreams notebook or dream board that you review regularly. That's something that I was first introduced back to in 1997 at another job, and I've still got that same goals and dreams notebook that I review. It's in our office in Raleigh. It works, guys. Always adding pictures of things that you want to be, have, or do. Okay. Taking things that have been achieved and move them to the back and put in new things. A goal achieved no longer motivates. Continually refine that. Last but a couple, expect the best. Repeat positive affirmations throughout the day. And last but listen to positive, uplifting recordings and podcasts in your car during the day to keep you fired up. Guys, those are just a few ideas of things that can help you with your habits and your skills and your attitude. I will be emailing out here in just a few minutes the Back to Basics checklist. Kyle, I'll send that to you if you want to forward it to your crew. But I would encourage everybody, take some time later this evening. It'll take you 10 minutes to score yourself on here, and you will know exactly what you need to work on. And when you get done with that, I would encourage you, again, put your name on it and the date. Take a picture of it, ideally with TurboScan or an app where it doesn't have all the shadows in it, and send a picture of that to your team leader or trainer on your Voxer channel. Okay, guys, they can save that and hold you accountable with that. But guys, we've all been so very blessed. Let's go be a blessing for somebody else today, guys. And let's take something that we learned today and make ourselves better so that we can make tomorrow better. Thanks for being on, guys. Appreciate you. Have a great Tuesday.
Hey,
Great
Van,
call,
quick
Van.
question.
Yes.
What month was Dillon Buck's Eagle written? I missed that and I was looking for it because I want to print it.